CPM culture at Ramos. To create a good CPM culture was our greatest achievement this year because CPM is not exclusive to one person or department. All areas in the shop are involved in what CPM is and what it works for: quality, engineering, maintenance, and operations. How did we build it? Well, I must say that there were a lot of things, starting with our badges, so everyone could see and know the CPM goal for this year. Communication was also reinforced around the shop through flyers, posters, and display screens. One of the greatest things that happened this year was the exclusive CPM training for all areas. Everyone on the CPM team could take part in the training, and there was a great response in all areas. The main idea for this training was to learn what CPM is, how to read the charts, react, and consider all the variations that directly affect the process. Using EDL 3.3 and ERS 3.4 software, the CPM culture was easily spread throughout the factory. We were able to create specific display screens for all areas that have critical characteristics. These display screens reflect information in real time and contain the name of the characteristic, last measurement date, CPK, and distribution charts, the CPK cake, and finally the and-on lights that help us to visualize directly the behavior of each machine, and also for some other projects such as the call center. Also, ERS 3.4 helps us to create a full view of our plant, giving us the chance to visualize in real time which area needs assistance, and also to know specifically which characteristic is reaching the limit or is out of control, and to know the current result for that measurement, as well as to show us the current CPK. This also has a positive impact on our communications operation and helps decrease the scrap generated by this new activity. Another of the greatest improvements this year was the creation of a call center supported by maintenance. Connected directly to our bulletin boards in all areas, maintenance has great control over all characteristics by having a general view guided by and-on lights. When we get a negative indication or warning, the adjustment process is triggered in order to maintain the CPK target. If something is reaching its limits or is out of control, they let every department involved know which characteristic it is and react as soon as possible, or schedule an adjustment if necessary. This action generates a systematic, continuous improvement in our process and our reaction capacity. At this time, I would like to show you all the improvements in the blending system process, static mixers, and all temperatures. First, we have our blending system housed in this area, where we prepare the resin with HFO. That is the one that feeds all Barracuda products. When we started, we had problems with thermopare equipment and interchanges. These inputs affected the variations of the blowing agent. BA. For the cab foaming process, we have been using several OPEX tools to understand the inputs and outputs in our process. One of the first things we did was to create a process map in order to know how the process works. We also practiced an MSE in the mixing tank in order to ensure that the mixtures were equal in all areas of the lot. Then we used a COV of reactions with different lab operators that provided us with an outcome of the variations between operators that led us to evaluate their methodology and to reinforce their training. In the cooling system, we found that we were reaching the upper limit and we evaluated the interchange capability. We proceeded to change the interchange from 1.7 liters to 4.7 liters of HFO and also added a filter to catch pollution. That helped us to improve our output and CPK. In relation to the resin with 245 FA that we use for XXL products, we received a premix from the supplier at 50 degrees Celsius, the same as the raw material. That's why we changed to a tank without a jacket, which reduced the temperature from 50 degrees to 30 degrees Celsius. That helped us to control the 245 FA. It's important for you to know that the Ramos plant has 6-ton resin tanks for HFO and 245, and the static mixer is running in the tanks throughout the day, an improvement that helped us avoid material degradation. I must add that the Ramos plant is one of the first Whirlpool factories that has all input data already registered in the QC count, and that helps us to know the behavior of the process, which means that if we control our inputs, our outputs will be much better. This is what Ramos CPM has been working on all through this year. We hope you enjoyed this presentation. We also hope you have the opportunity to visit us in the future to learn more from each other. Thank you.